Let me tell you one story about something I learned. Let me tell you one story about something I learned. Yo.
Gonna hit you hard with the fast and the fury. Make your mouth drop like Jordan and Julie. Stepping on the court, dog arm dangerous. Getting the score like Bobby De Niro. Don't approach us like no Gondoliero. Leave you looking like Eddie Norton. Straw in your word like Marble Marchand. Wanna know why? The God sent we. Call your belly full and your mind empty. All sound alike on BET. How many naked girls do you see? Like Miss Awalad, me can't believe my eyes. Won't stop rocking till the boat capsize. In the holy water, washing off your disguise. Always go back to your dirty pig style. Damn, big, you left them hypnotized.
Soldiers dance in the middle of the night, smoking trees and chilling with wife. Fridge got food and the kids shit tight. I got a big dog and him off at night. Soldiers dance in the middle of the night, smoking trees and chilling with wife. Fridge got food and the kids shit tight. I got a big dog and him off at night.
It's the B4evaKool podcast. My name is Rex45.
My name is TJ, with Two Wheels and Coffee.
What's going on, man?
Excited, man.
Nice. Excited because racing is on and almost going racing.
Yeah, and also starting to see motorcycles on the street.
Yeah, that is a nice feeling, especially with when the warm weather comes up. Although I haven't hit the streets as of yet, which I was hoping to do before I went racing, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm excited. Getting the bike started up and brushing off all the dust.
Yes. Hopefully there's not a lot of dust.
Yeah. But time is coming quick, you know. Where we stand now, I got 2 weeks until my first time on the track, but at least I can say I can ride on the street now. So
Exactly. Yeah. And I have about a week. I leave on Wednesday for CMP, so I'm looking forward to my first round of racing.
Just gotta take your easy drive down there, like Jim said, and get there a day early.
Oh, definitely.
Unpack. Mm-hmm. You know, first race of the year. You don't want no stress. Want to make sure everything's in line.
Oh well, there's already stress. There's some last minute things that I have to finish up, and I'm scrambling a little bit more than I would have liked, but it is what it is, and I'm taking it with stride, and I'll be ready. But I just got to do a little bit more work than I would have. Work that I was hoping to get done sooner. Just didn't work out that way, but
the most annoying thing, like they don't know what's going on, but it's probably for everyone. But you're scrambling around for like the little things. It's like the tedious things that's most annoying. It's not like you need some big part now. It's like.
Exactly.
One little screw, like you said.
Yep. Nuts and bolts.
Like, who has this screw? I gotta go where?
Can I get it overnighted? I've been getting parts little things getting overnighted, and the overnight costs more than the part itself, which is pretty sad. But
it's all for the love.
It's all for the love, and I am taking it with stride. It's driving 2.5, 3 hours to pick up a part, 2 days in a row, type of thing. It's never fun. But I know y'all know what I'm talking about, so I know I'm not alone in this journey.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of journey, MotoGP went down to Argentina, and man, what a show.
What a show.
What a show. Let's go right into Moto3. Tatsuki Suzuki won the race for Leopard Racing. It was a pretty fun race to watch.
Oh yeah, that I mean, just the way that they ride and how they break late, and I don't know, it's just they look like they are moving, but it's just the pack that how they ride deep in the pack.
Yep.
I don't know, it's just interesting. It was a very good race.
Yeah,
like I mean, I'm still getting used to the riders and stuff like that, so taking everyone with a grain of salt.
Right.
See how everyone's riding.
Well, you're gonna learn as the season go on. Diego Moreira, he finished second. Young rider from Brazil. Last year, he came out with. I think last year was his rookie year. and outside of some crashes and stuff like that, he was running up front, and it seems like he's in the chase this year. I feel pretty good about Andre Mino because he didn't have a ride, and he's filling in, and he got on the podium. He's part of the VR46 Academy.
That's an awesome feeling.
Yeah.
Just filling in, getting the podium. You know?
Some other new riders. Let me get down to his name here. Romano Finati. He's also filling in for another rider. He finished 13th, but when I don't know because I've never raced at that level. But when you lose a seat and you don't have a seat, that feeling has to be that the winter has to be tough. And he's not alone. I mean, there's a lot of other riders that don't have a seat, and now they're going into different series, I guess, whether European or BSB, to keep riding, or even coming over to the U.S.
Yeah, I definitely want to ride for a contract. It's hard sitting as a free agent trying to figure out who you're gonna ride for. But if you get called for someone that's injured, that must be the best feeling. They got something to prove, and that's just good to get on the podium for him and at least finish top, 15.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I think he's in the U.S. as well, because I think that rider's out for a few rounds. And if he does well in the U.S., that rider might be done for the year. Because that's the tough part when a rider fills in, and if they do well, some riders have lost their seat because of that.
I mean, yeah, if you get injured, it's hard to be the same.
Yeah,
it does take a long time to recover.
So, a lot of new faces ran up front. This in Argentina versus the first round, which is interesting because a lot of the season guys, where the weather was bad, a lot of the season riders you figured would have been running up front. They kind of ran in the back over the weekend.
And you think they had a disadvantage because they have 2 practices now? And,
this is Moto3 I'm speaking of, but even in MotoGP too.
Well, the MotoGP, Moto3, they had their times cut because of the sprint.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have like one less session.
Oh, so they only have they just have P1 and P2.
I think they have P3 as well. P1, P2. I heard they got a session cut.
Oh, it's possible.
Yeah.
I know MotoGP session cut for the sprint race, but I didn't realize that the rest of them, which is possible because I don't think Moto E has started yet.
Oh yeah, they've seen they were still testing.
Yeah. And
then Termas is such a different track from Portimao. Like they got a straightaway that's like forever.
Exactly.
Especially with those bikes, the Moto3.
Yeah.
It's like you need a draft.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the U.S. For these guys and who's going to try to run away with the series in Moto 3. But let's move over to Moto 2. And again, Tony Albolino, he's been on the podium, in the last 6 races.
Yeah, he's looking good. I think he has a good chance. I mean, there's a couple of riders that were out in the beginning, like Igor.
Yeah, yeah.
You still got the contenders like Aaron Canet and what's his name?
Jake Dixon's there. He's running up there. He's a new dad. Got on the podium.
Oh, yeah, that's good for him, getting on the podium as he's a new dad.
Yeah. Sergio Garcia finished 5th. Darren Bender finished 6th. I mean, these are new riders in Moto 2. They ran up front. It's good to see like Salick running up front because, these guys are running at the back.
Yeah, and Darren Bender just came from MotoGP, so.
Yeah. So it's good to see him running out there because I think when Sam Lowe's went to MotoGP and then went back, I believed he struggled for a little bit in coming back to Moto 2, and then he found his groove again. So where Bender wasn't in Moto 2, but he's also, he rode a more powerful bike, so I got to assume the Moto 2 bike is a little bit easier.
Yeah, hopefully he can figure it out. I know it's still an adjustment because they're all the same bikes, so I'm sure he just got the pace in them, once you figure out where you can brake on that GP bike.
Right.
I'm sure you can...
he figured it out on the... Because they're only like about 4 seconds off. in their qualifying time. So
I just don't know if they have all the same settings, like traction control and
Yeah, they got all
the grips in different
yeah,
corners.
yeah.
Like they probably got to adjust a little bit on that.
Yeah, a lot less settings. A lot less. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. So, but it looks like he could be a contender. Pedro Acosta finished 12th, and he won the first round. So that was interesting to see. Joe Roberts finished 14th. He ran up, I think, got up to like 8th place at one time. These are riders that they should be running up front, especially Joe Roberts is at this point, and even Celestino Vietti as well. Riders who have the capability to run up front. They didn't run this past round.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's tough. I swear it's throwing them off with the races that they started with, the quarter mile.
Right.
They're still recovering.
You think that's what it is?
Could be.
Yeah.
Also, Termos is a track I heard that is barely used. Like they don't really use it much for a lot of things. So I don't know if the asphalt had something to do with it too, because it was a little dirty.
Yeah,
as they say.
Yeah, I heard folks were complaining about that, and you saw, I think, at least one or two riders got caught out when they ran wide.
Yeah, they run a little wide, and you'd be in trouble. So I don't know if that had something to do with it as well.
Right.
Pedro Acosta is a guy that's interest of winning it all. So you're not going to finish one every time, but you just at least want to get some points. But finish in 12th, see what you can do next round.
Exactly, and chase the points, right? I mean, that I think you're seeing that with some of the more seasoned riders. They're now chasing the points versus we're trying to forcing a crash to get on a podium.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Now they're like, all right, I'll take fifth, I'll take fourth. Yeah. So what are your thoughts for the next round for Moto2 in the US? Who do you have an idea who you think's going to?
I think it's going to be a battle between, like I said, the front runners that was up there, Jake
Canet.
Dixon, Canet.
Yep.
I think Darren Bender will be up there, and I think Aragora is racing this time, and
Lopez.
But we'll see. Pedro Acosta feel like he'll redeem himself.
Right.
I think he want to finish on top 3 again, so I think he'll pull it out. I'm not sure who took it last time in 2022, but I think Pedro Acosta will have a good chance.
Right. Yeah, I think so. And I haven't checked the weather yet for Austin. So if the weather's good, man, it's gonna be a really fun race. I think if it's in the 60s, that might be a little tricky. I was there in I think it was 2019, and it was cold.
It's warmer in April, right?
This was April.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know they past couple years they switched it up. They had it in like September. No, it was later in the year.
Yeah. Maybe after the pandemic, it might have been later in the year, but usually it was August. It was April. So yeah, and I think Sam Lowe's, if he's going to retain his seat, he's going to have to start to run up front as well. It's going to be hard for some of these guys that have been in it for a little while, especially like a Sam Lowe's.
Yeah, when I first started getting into the sport, he was one guy that I started to see his name a lot. So I started watching him and getting used to him riding, but haven't seen him put together like a complete season.
Mm-hmm.
Always seen him struggle. So hopefully he can have a good year. I mean, it is hard, but
it's very hard, man.
They always say just Sam Lowe's can never put together a full complete season to satisfy himself, I would say.
Right. Yeah. He came close a couple of seasons after coming back from MotoGP. So yeah, he's gonna have to stop putting in work. And speaking of MotoGP, man, let's talk about the sprint race first, I guess. Right?
It's all shocking. I know I was shocked. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Not that KTM was up front, but the Morbidelli.
I see. Yeah, I'm rooting for Morbidelli. So I'm
leading the sprint for like 3-4 laps.
Yeah, that was pretty good to see.
I was like, wow, you still got the fight in you. I like. That was really good to see.
I think he always had it, and
I think he still. I mean, he does have it. It's just.
it's figuring out the bike
Yeah.
and it's feeling on the bike and whatever it is. I hope it's more to come because he is a top rider and obviously he's beaten himself up more than any one of us looking at him and seeing how he has performed over the last couple of years. So that was really good to see and to finish fourth.
Yes.
That again, and so well, let's see what happens. And
I was watching him fade back, and I was like, no. But it was pretty good that he finished fourth. It was good to see.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't been finished in the top 10 for a while. So
he's like 18th,
Yeah.
17th, 16th, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Which again, it's not a Yamaha believes in him, and he has a contract for this year, and there's a lot of hungry people. Granted, the Yamaha is and the Hondas are two bikes. I think riders hope a contract doesn't show up on their desk from, but obviously if it shows up, they got to take the job. So his job is definitely on the line for this season. So I hope he continues to do well. And then the VR46 boys, right?
Well, how about Brad Bender though?
Well, I was gonna get to Brad
Okay.
Bender.
The
We started at fourth, so I figured we'll go to
okay.
VR. And then we get to
I
Brad.
thought you were talking about the sprint. No.
Yeah, the sprint, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause-
But yeah, the VR46 boys, man. I know Valentino Rossi's over there. Just I can see his smile.
Right,
Like,
you know.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, second and third in the sprint.
Yeah.
And that was pretty amazing to see. Because Pecco wasn't running up there. Miller was there for a little bit. I think Miller finished like sixth or something like that. You know what I mean? But here's a satellite team that's running up. I mean, to call that satellite team is a satellite team, but the way Ducati's treating all their riders and their bikes it's almost like factory like, except for obviously they're on 2022 bikes, which are already figured out, versus the new 2023 that I think Pramac and the factory are running. I guess Grassini's running 2022 bikes as well.
Yeah,
So-
they figured it out. So just got to push them hard. But yeah, no, they're looking good. Can't complain with them. The factory, the Yamaha is not really running too well. Like Fabio can't figure it out, except for how Morbidelli ran this weekend.
Right.
And
And it'd be interesting to see what happens. I know Fabio can't be happy with that. With Morbidelli finishing in front of him.
I think he has more points than him right now. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, I'm sure he's not happy.
You know what I mean? So well, let's see what happens, right? Because like I said, with Morbidelli, I hope he continued. I hope he figured it out. You know what I'm saying? And then as far as those, to get into Sunday's race, let's talk about Brad. But what VR46 Academy is doing in MotoGP right now is pretty amazing, right?
From where, how long he started the VR46?
Last year was
Yeah.
the first year, right?
And he hasn't been all.
No, sorry. The year before that.
Yeah.
Because he had a split year with Grassini and VR46 where his Luca was on that bike, and then when he retired, then he did the Mooney VR46, and Bezecchi was on that last year. So this is their third year as a full team, I guess, because like I said, that first year they were like kind of half in with Grassini.
Yeah, it's good to see how they're progressing. I would definitely ride a VR46. Cotty, give me one.
Yeah, for sure. And to see all of them running up front, all in the same camera angle in the sprint, you know what I mean? That was pretty cool to see too. And it just shows the level of what training can do, especially in like an academy. A lot of riders, I don't know how many riders train together, but most people are probably training with their friends and off, not necessarily training with their competitors. So where these guys they compete with one another and they compete with one another in practice all the time, and not now to see that, and especially like I think for Bezecchi, I don't want to say he's like the Michael Jackson in a sense, but like when you see Morbidelli win, win some races, and then you see Pecco win a title, and you see what Luca is doing. It's like you buy into that, right? It's easier for him to lean into it, and because he's been watching it and just absorbing it.
Yeah, and you definitely want to fit in. You don't want to have someone be the next man up. You want to keep that seat.
Exactly. So, but let's talk about what Brad did before we get into the Sunday race, because when we saw Jack in the first round, what he did, and kind of Brad took the settings.
The seal for the KTM.
Well, he did the same settings on the race, and you saw what he did in the race in Portimao. So then to come here on the sprint and to win it, I mean that's
that's big.
Yeah,
KTM. The most impressive thing I think is he was 15th on the grid when he started.
Yeah. His start was amazing.
So he blasted off, got into that turn one, and he was like maybe third or fourth for the first lap or two.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to sneak under Morbidelli and like the last few corners, and then he just never looked back. But yeah, he was riding pretty good. I'm happy for Brad Binder. I always want him to get a podium. Nothing like how the rain race he did in slicks.
Right, exactly. No, it is nice to see, and to see KTM, to see Aprilia, to see Ducati, and even Yamaha in this instance. And honestly, Alex Rins didn't look so bad on the Honda.
I just don't want him to figure it out too late.
Yeah, I think the struggles. I think he's going to figure it out quicker than Mir, because the struggles that Rins had when he first went to Suzuki before he started winning. I mean that I don't want to say it was Morbidelli like, but he crashed a lot, and then he figured it out. And when he figures it out, he runs with the best of them. So I do hope he figure it out. But the Honda is really hard to ride, from what I hear. So, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens in Austin, because a lot of manufacturers are walking around with more confidence after these first few rounds than I think when the season started.
Oh yeah, Austin's going to be interesting for everybody, especially after the Sunday race at Termas, how everything turned out.
Yeah, so let's jump into Sunday, man. I mean, I don't even know where to start.
Well, one thing, it also threw everyone off because with limited sessions now, the rain came.
Yeah, yes,
and it's like, do you have the right settings for that? Not enough practice time for that, so. A lot of things changed.
Oh yeah, and I was surprised because again, the Jack Millers, Aleix, these riders who
the rain riders.
Yes, those riders, what I mean, didn't step up in the condition, and that Argentina is a nice track. I mean, it is from just playing the video game. And so that was hard. That was weird to see. It's unfortunate that Luca crashed out. I thought Vinales would have done more. You know what I mean? That didn't happen. I mean, obviously Bezzecchi won the race and was out front from lap 1, lap 2.
I had confidence in Bezzecchi even from before, but how he looked on Saturday. He was so aggressive. Like, he could have won the sprint race, but he got a little tangle in the first lap, which bumped him off his line. So he probably had to catch up a little bit. But he was chasing down Brad Binder on Saturday, and if he had a couple more laps, he probably would have caught him.
Yep.
But his fight from Saturday, I had a good confidence in him Sunday, and he started off right from the jump, and the rain did not affect him at all. That Ducati VR46 had the right settings.
Right. And, Alex Marquez, if he figures it out.
Oh, he's looking good.
If he figures it out.
You
not
called
say
it.
if.
You called it.
Not even say if. When he figures it out.
Yeah, he looks much better on the Ducati.
You know, and
His brother's gonna be like, "Oh man,
Mark is like, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. And he just, Alex is just walking around smiling.
man, they probably never had a Ducati sticker in their house for ever." He was probably, "Get this sticker out of my house. Don't tell me. No, don't tell me. You did what? No. How's it feel? No, I don't want to know.
Don't want to know. I see it though. I see it. So, I think that it's going to be very hard for Honda to keep Marc Marquez at the end of the season. After seeing, and I'm not sitting here saying he's not going to be loyal to Honda, you know, and be like Danny Pedrosa and just ride with one manufacturer. But if Marc Marquez jumped on a Ducati, you know, it's going to be hard to take the title away from him. I mean, if he figures it out. I mean, he has to figure it out too. So
they better do something. I mean, there's a chance of a Ducati seat opening up, I believe.
Well, you know, so Gian Antonio, I mean, he ran well too. So because he's on the line,
he's on the hot seat, yeah.
So he finished 10th, right? So you know, and which he needed to, right? Because he's still his second year in, but nonetheless, he got to start running up front because the Ducatis can. So that's one Ducati seat can open up. I don't, it'd be hard. Zarco finished second. You know, Alex Marquez is third, right? Morbidelli again fourth. Martin fifth. You know what I'm saying? Miller, Fabio, Luca. I mean, so
it's hard.
If this was the end of the season, Luca's seat could be on the line and the Gian Antonio's seat could be on the line. I wouldn't get rid of Zarco. I wouldn't get rid of Martin. I mean, Martin may want a factory seat, but listen, man, get the factory money and stay in a duck because where are you going to go? Yeah. That is the best bike right now. So I can't see him going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I guess let's see what happens when what's his name? It'll come to me. He didn't ride this weekend. The factory rider, Bastianini. So it'll be interesting to see what he does when he comes back, right? But outside, and I can't believe Luca is gonna stay down. Mentally, to see Bezzecchi doing what he's doing so quickly, that could be tough for him to, to see because he's sitting in across the box.
I don't think Luca will have an issue. I think it was just because it was the rain.
So
this race.
Exactly. So I think that as long as he's running up front, he's going to have a seat. I mean, if you're finishing in the top 10, top 8 on a satellite bike, even though you're the number one rider for the team, that's why he got to start winning more. He has to start winning races because he hasn't won yet. So he definitely has to start winning races. Because it'll be hard when you have if a Marquez is available, even Morbidelli, right? Because if Morbidelli doesn't get signed, I think he'll get picked up somewhere else.
Well, hope so. maybe Honda,
right? and Aleix has a 2-year deal, right? So he's not going anywhere. Ataka Nakagami, he could, but I mean he's not on Ducati, but he could, lose his seat to one of the Moto2 Japanese riders.
Yeah, that's possible. But Taka can ride. I don't know.
The Honda's hard to ride, so
it is. But he always starts off good and then he fades back. But there's a lot of races where he's just always in the back of the pack. And then Sunday's race was really well. I mean, speaking of Taka, he ran Fabio off. In an aggressive turn pass,
right? Yeah, but
I heard that you got to qualify good. If you're in the back of the pack, that's what's expected, especially trying to fight for a position in the beginning of the race. So first, I thought there should be a penalty for him, but I guess that's just
race direction said no.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Just riding. Alex Rins was the top Honda rider. And, Taka finished 13th. Vinales, he had a poor outing, finishing 12th. So, but Aleix was down there as well. And, Pecco crashed out, which was,
I hope that's not going to be old Pecco. I'll be
You hope it's yeah. I think so because that you know it's tricky when you're trying to ride and conserve points, right? Because you make mistakes when you're not pushing. Because when you're pushing, your awareness is on a different level. When you're just trying to maintain a speed, you could get distracted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like I don't know how to explain this, but the pressure on him is so high. I could just see it from the reaction of his coach when he crashed. Like he was like praying, and it's like, oh my God, like what? Like
Right. Well, yeah,
I mean,
because it's a silly mistake.
It
And
is a silly mistake, but it's like he wants perfection.
Yeah.
Always.
So-
I mean, it's so hard to do that. I mean, the stress and pressure on Pecco, especially to try to repeat.
Exactly, and they're trying to do it in a way where it's where, like I said, they're trying to be conservative with it, and I think they just got to just say, hey, listen, just go ride, and you know, try to win races, and not worry about like, okay, finish third here, finish fifth here, and add and start doing math, because you know, when you're riding and you're not, like I said, you're not at your best as far as pushing yourself. You open yourself up to make more mistakes.
And I want to say, like, what did he do wrong? Like, he was by himself.
Yeah, just
With
lost.
no race traffic. He was just leaning. And like, what did he
Yeah,
lean too hard, let go too early, squeeze the brake too hard? Something, I don't know. Just that millisecond
Yep.
or whatever.
Whatever it was. What am I having for lunch?
Yeah.
You know, just a little distraction. And, you know, so, and I said this on previous shows, it's, you know, if he didn't crash out all those races last year, he would have ran away with the title, you know, like 2 rounds after the summer break, right? Because he crashed out, 5 times or 3 times, I think, before the summer break or something like that.
Yeah,
And so, you know, it's one thing when you're battling. It's another thing when you're by yourself. So, yeah, that one has to hurt because he left points on the table.
Yeah, that was, points. Yeah.
So,
Very bad. But and then going into Coda, it's gonna be interesting because now Pecco's not leading in the points anymore.
no, Bezecchi and he could run away with it.
Yeah, and then Marquez is the king of Coda, but
He come back.
he was fighting a penalty,
Oh yeah, so I don't know what is it. Is it a double?
and they might appeal it.
Okay.
I don't think he's gonna serve it. But
Right.
if he does, it's gonna be a double, and you know he's the one to beat there. So if
That's
he has
true.
to serve that penalty, then you know Bezecchi might run away again. Him and Pecco might be fighting.
Well, it's going to be tricky because Zarco is going to have something to say. Alex probably is going to have something to say. Jack Miller probably have something to say. So it's going to be interesting, and so I'm looking forward to Austin.
Oh yeah, me too. I can't wait. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if Mark Marquez will have to serve that penalty or not,
Mm-hmm.
because you know a lot of people are really angry about that situation at Portimao. So
Yeah, and it and you know Jack Miller came to his defense saying, you know, if it wasn't Marquez, it's not so much what he did, it's the fact that there's no consistency with the penalties for other riders or riders. So that's what, you know, the biggest part of it is, like, just be consistent. Whomever you get, whatever, and which is very hard to do when it's different racetrack, different riders. You know, generally no 2 situations are the same, and so it makes it very hard to be consistent. So it's tricky. And you know, I feel it for race direction, because you can't just be black and white, but you also can't be too gray.
yeah, I mean, everyone's gonna have an opinion on what they think it should be the best decision, but
Right.
yeah, it must be tough on them because you know that went went up to like the Supreme.
Yeah.
Don't know what they call it, but
All the way to the top.
yeah, for them to make the decision. Like
Yeah.
MotoGP didn't want to handle that, so
No, that is the unfortunate part. But we'll see what happens in Austin. My name is Rex45.
You got any predictions?
Do I have any predictions?
Yeah. We got your sprint race.
I'm gonna always like Bezecchi, Millers, Pecco,
For the sprint?
for the sprint, Zarco, and I'll put. It's tricky because Alex Rins goes fast. I either put Alex Rins or Morbidelli.
For the sprint, gonna say Jorge Martin.
Okay.
Feel like he's gonna get one if Mark Marquez is not running, but I'm gonna say Pecco's gonna pull it out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna root for Pecco this weekend.
Okay.
Or when the race starts.
Yeah, I mean, I gave like 6. You got to at least give a few more just in case. You know?
Okay, I mean, so yeah, I'll throw Bezzecchi in there. I want to see. I don't know if Juwan Mir is gonna be back, but yeah, I want to see Juwan Mir at least finish the whole weekend. And I want to say Jack Miller up there.
Okay. All right. And then I guess let's see. Who's gonna win it? Mark Marquez has a good shot of winning. Miller has a good shot of winning. Rins, and then obviously the Bezzecchi, the Pecco, Luca. I'll throw Luca in there, and then
I'll say Bezzecchi, Pecco, and Rins.
All right.
There we go.
Stay tuned. It's the B4evaKool podcast. My name is Rex45.
My name is TJ.
Peace.
Peace.